Right, by my reckoning, it's now 10 o'clock-ish, so I'm going to start. I'm really hoping you can hear me. So, okay, hang on, let's give me some stats. Stats, man, where'd the map up my stats? Oh, there. Oh, okay, right, I'm assuming people can hear me now. This can go away, this can go away. So the plan is, we're going to do this workshop. I kind of wanted an excuse to do it, and had some time free today, so I said, hey, let's do it, so let's do it. But, oh, that's interesting. Very odd. I'm sorry, distracted by Twitch and OBS and things. So here's this workshop. If you're joining in, hopefully there's some people out there somewhere joining in. That'd be fun. Otherwise I'm just doing this by myself. But either way, I'm still going to get something out of it. If you're doing this as well, hopefully you'll get something out of it too. We're going to run through this workshop as a view to, I'm going to say, how many times can I say doing this workshop? We're going to run through this workshop just to build up some familiarity with MAUI beyond just sort of playing it, and to see the kind of state it's in now, having looked at it in various times over the last couple of years as it's been developed. If you are watching, and you know, maybe one day someone will, and you want to what was I say? If you're watching, hello, hi. Actually look at the camera, that might be good, mightn't it? Yeah, totally don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so let's do this workshop. Been through the setup. My machine is able to build and run the finished version, although I think I found a bug in it. I don't know if that's in the code, or if that's in MAUI, or if it's in my frequently very broken Visual Studio installations. Who knows, but you know, in theory I've got everything set up to do this. Oh, I haven't set up my Mac. Let's see how we go. I might look at it on the Mac at the end. I had to restart because of issues. Anyway, so here's the MAUI Workshop. .NET Presentations, .NET MAUI Workshop. Part 0, it says 30 minutes. Like the whole thing, in theory this is a day. There's a 4-hour walkthrough. Part of me doesn't expect it to take that long, but we shall see. So I've set up, we know the agenda. I'm going to take breaks as and when and they seem appropriate. If you're joining in and doing this yourself, brilliant. Take breaks as and when. If you have questions, ping me on Twitter, the WinApps London. Let's get the profile. Here we go. WinApps LDN is probably the best place to find me. This today, anyway. Hello, people who said they're joining in. I like my own thing. So let's just get onto it. So part 0. Open. hang on. We can't go to part 0 and then say open part 1. This just seems wrong already. But let's. So I've already cloned the repository locally. I'm going to open a project or solution, and we're going to part 1. I love it. Part 0, open part 1. Maybe the Xamarin Breaker is something that they haven't renamed yet. Oh, what? Oh, it's going to force me to... I'm going to log into my Mac. I don't know which mic's working. I'm going to log into my Mac so I don't have to go through this every time I try and connect. Don't mind me. I just have my Mac's down here hidden away, so normally I don't ever need to look at it, but because I had to restart it, I need to look at the screen to log in. Right, we'll finish doing that later. Right, Open part 1. Hooray! It contains one project. I feel I should probably split screen this. Oh. Go on then. Oh no, I've got everything the wrong side. I'll split screen it this way. So we have our monkey finder. I'm going to squash Visual Studio as well. There we go. Right. The main .NET Power project that targets Android, iOS, Mac, and Windows. Open platforms, yes. It includes all scaffolding for the app, including models. Model, okay. Oh look, model singular, everything, view singular, view model singular, resources plural, services plural. Odd. Okay. Views, view models and services. This is MVVMS. Not MVVM, MVVMS. The micro also has blank code files and several pages that we will use during the workshop. All the code that we will modify will be in this project for the workshop. Understanding the single project takes the platform-specific development experiences you typically encounter while developing apps and abstracts them into a single shared project that can target iOS, macOS, Android, iOS, macOS, and Windows. Look, it's just one project. That's what I'm saying. It provides a simple, consistent cross-platform development experience regardless of the platforms being targeted. It provides the following features: single shared project, simplified debug target. Okay, I don't necessarily think I understand that. I'm not sure what the difference is or how it makes it simpler. The shared resource files, yes, definitely good. Access to platform-specific APIs are required, yes, and a single cross-platform app entry point. Yes, probably. Hopefully that's hopefully this single cross-platform entry point is genuinely true. I wonder if under the hood somewhere there's something platform-specific which we could hook into or might have to in some circumstances. This is just my Xamarin Forms experience nagging at the back of my head now. And the single project is enabled using multi-targeting and the use of SDK style projects. Wonderful. Resource management across platform app development has traditionally been problematic. Oh, I should have drank more this morning, sorry. So each platform has its own approach to managing resources. Yeah, you need different files for different platforms. If you've not done cross-platform before, then you will learn this very quickly. But MAUI makes it easy. That's the hope. So we've got resources folder. Let's look at this over here. Child sub. I've got resources directory. And within that I've got subdirectories. Resource files should be placed in the resources folder of your .NET MAUI app project or child folder. Now I've got distracted by directories versus folders. Oh hello PJ Bryant and Dave Dev too. Hiya. Let's see if I can do that better. I'm glad you can hear me. I should have checked that. I just said I hope you can hear me and just carried on regardless. Whether I've done that before or not, we shall find out. So anyway, so I've got the folder. What I wanted to do was look to see if this was a directory or a folder, because it's a directory. Okay, brilliant. So directories are actually on the disk. Folders are like virtual, or could be the real on the disk. That's the pedant in me. Child folders, subdirectories. So your file should have must be in the right folder and must have build act. Oh no, they must be in resources or somewhere under there. Okay, I think that's saying. And they must have their build actions set to it correctly. Let's look at some build actions. Oh, it's a MAUI font. I'm just getting ahead of myself. The following table shows the build actions feature is also our app icon. It's a MAUI icon, yes. The fonts must be a MAUI font, yes. What else have we got? Just general images, MAUI image. Wonderful build actions, splash screen. Have we got a splash screen? Oh, no splash screen. Ah, app icon FG. I trying to read it as app iconfig, but it's not. It's app icon FG. What do you reckon the FG stands for? We'll find out, I'm sure, or we'll guess. So that's our splash screen. What was the other thing? Raw assets. So we didn't look at raw assets. Raw assets are just a MAUI asset. There was something. What was the thing I couldn't find? What was that? The splash screen? I can't remember. Anyway, XAML files are also stored in your .NET MAUI app project and are automatically assigned the MAUI XAML build action when created by project and item templates. However, XAML files will not typically be located in the resources file. Okay. I wonder why someone expected them to be. See, I'm getting distracted because talking about XAML files. But like, XAML files, not resources, XAML files code. XAML is code. Ah, foreground. Oh, clever Dave, well done. I like that. This is weird to know people are actually listening and just like one person won't watch it back at some point in the future for like 2 minutes and then give up. See, I said this wasn't going to take half an hour. I'm like 3 paragraphs in and just been waffling. So when a resource file is added to a .NET MAUI project, the corresponding entry for the resource is created in the project. Yeah, okay. On the project file. After adding resource file, its build action can be set in the properties window. The following screenshot shows a resource folder containing image and font resources in child folders. Oh yeah, it looks just like mine. Child sources and folders in the resources folder can be designated for each resource type by editing the project file for your app. Okay. Why would I have to edit the project file though? Now you've got me wondering. And look, this is just wildcarded everything. Brilliant. So let's look at the project file, because why not? Oh look, like font images and fonts have been wildcarded. Oh no, MAUI icon and splash screen haven't. Where's my scrolling in this gone? So we can set a colour to go with our splash screen. Foreground file, that is access foreground there as well. Clever. And another colour. I'm guessing that's purple. Why haven't I got my visualizer in? Oh, this is a project file. Oh, that's good. So if this was XAML, we'd get nice colorization, but it's not XAML, so we don't. So I want color viz for CS proj. Do that another day. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm guessing that's purple. I'm sure we'll see it later. Wonderful. So MAUI assets. Our MAUI assets with just there. I wonder why it tells. This is kind of an overview. So this is explaining how it works, but it's almost just like you never need to think about this, I think. I hope. Had lots of fun recently faffing with project files. but rather not. The wildcard character indicates that all files within the folder will be treated as being of the specified resource type. In addition, it's possible to include all files from child folders. Yeah, just like any other path. In this example, explaining paths, I think. Platform-specific resources will override their shared resource counterparts. For example, if you have an Android-specific image located at platform's Android resources, drawable XDHPI, logo PNG, and you also provide a shared resources images logo SVG, the scalable vector graphics file will be used to generate the required Android images, except for the XHDPI image that already exists in the platform specific. So in general, I read this and it says, in general, you don't need to think about it, but you can override specific images if you need to. I'm sure, hopefully somewhere there's a big list of or a nice document that explains how everything gets mapped over to its platform-specific equivalent, so you know what to override. An app icon can be added to your project by dragging an image into the resources project and setting the build action to MAUI icon. I wonder what kind of build action it uses by default. Just curious. We could look, but I'm not that interested. Build time the app icon is resized to the correct sizes. Oh, it's an SVG. Oh look. This is a PNG in the example here, but actually in the code is an SVG. At build time, the app icon is resized to the correct size for the target platform. See, I've done like file new MAUI a few times just to have a play around, but not really thought about what icon types and file types were being used. Resized app icons are then added to your app package. The app icons are resized to multiple resolutions because they have multiple uses, including being used to represent the app on the device and in the App Store. I think that's... I was kind of expecting a, hey, use SVG so you don't get all weird distortion as things get stretched and squashed, but I guess that's implied. Images can be added to your app project by dragging them to the resources images, or anywhere in resources apparently. At build time, images are resized to the correct resolution for the target platform and device. The resized images are then added to your app packages. Okay. Tree type fonts and ATF fonts can be added same way. Set the property splash. Oh, what did I? Splash screen. Drag it in, set the property, all good to go. Raw assets. I'm sure we just talked about raw assets above. Here we go, something new. Understanding .NET MAUI app startup. All usage in .NET generic host model enables initialization from a single location, provides the ability to configure font services and third-party libraries. Each platform entry point calls a create MAUI app method on the static MAUI program class that returns a MAUI app, the entry point of your app. Let's have a look. So here's the basic thing. Why did we have to open step one? Hang on, right up here it says open. I'm pointing at the screen, but okay, pointing with the cursor. Open this. It contains a thing. Let me walk you through the contents of this project a bit like it. But we haven't actually used the project we opened at all. Are we going to? And it's not the same as this code. I'm being very critical. Each platform entry point, we did that. Oh, and so this does a bit more. So it also configuring a font and a singleton for the main page. The app class. App class? Does that mean MAUI app, do you think? Oh, it's okay. Where's that app? Where are you? partial class. Oh, I know app.xaml. Okay. Oh, look, here it is. Yes, and it has a main page which is our app shell. Okay, yeah. I was getting confused. I thought it was talking about something else. Registering fonts. Oh yeah, we just fonts can be added to your app, as we saw above. Reference directly. In the example, the first argument to the app font is the font name, while the second represents an optional alias by which the font can be referenced when consuming it. Now, this is like the font file name, but isn't in Xamarin? It wasn't always exactly the name of the file. Sometimes you needed like the internal file reference name. I wonder if that's the same. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's better. Fonts added to the project through Solution Explorer in Visual Studio will automatically be included in the CS pod file. Again, I wonder why you need to specify that. Did it not used to be the case? Ooh. Font can be consumed by referencing its name without. Oh, okay, this is what I was thinking of. Yeah, like the font name isn't always the file name because fun. Also, didn't Android have issues with certain characters in the file name? I wonder if that's still an issue. Probably. Now that you have a basic understanding of the .NET project, let's start building an app. Head over to part 1. I think I'm more confused. No, but I learnt about all the different build actions. So I've learnt something, so that's good. What's this app tab? Anyway, okay, step 1. Open part 1. Again, we're ahead of the curve. Go us. We're going to display some data. Let's start coding and see how to display a list of data in a list. Okay. I got my editor hat on as well today, it seems. That's what it said last time. It contains blank files. All projects have the required NuGet packages already installed, so there will be no need to install additional packages during the hands-on app. The first thing we must do is restore the packages from the internet. We could have a nice discussion, how about a discussion about whether the packages are installed if I have to now go and restore them from the internet. I think the packages are all referenced, maybe. Let's say the packages are all referenced and it's all restored, so it's all good anyway. Okay, moving on. We'll be downloading details about the monkeys and we'll need a class to represent it. Oh, hang on, this is the picture. Okay. We can use and convert our JSON file located in that. We can go and get that. It's giving us an empty monkey file. Look, I can just copy this. Let's go and look at this file. Have I got my JSON visualizer in? Yeah, okay. So here's a file we're going to reference. Woo. We could take the JSON and convert it into a class and paste it over, but let's just cheat, do it that way. So name, location details, image, population, lat along. Okay, so we now have a class to populate. It's DTO, isn't it? We can display hard-coded data of any data type in a collection view in our main page.xaml. This will allow us to build our user interface by setting the item template with some simple images and labels. Yes, good. We first need to add a namespace to the top of main.page.xml. Main.page.xml, where have you gone? Under views, hopefully. Hooray. I want it bigger than that. Oh, well, even more than that, actually. Let's try that. That's it better. Why can't word wrap be on that? Is it control? There we go. And probably people don't like the white space, do they? This is just my dev box in a various state of configuration. Yes, okay. Just going to try and format that even better for my small space, but didn't really work. Anyway, we'll focus on the important bits. We need to add another namespace alias. Go us. This will allow us to reference the monkey class above. Add the following. We've got this is a bit blind cutting and pasting. Hang on, let's look at this better. Right, so we've got our collection view with an item source, hard-coded values, color vision. Then our item template is going to be an image and a label. Okay. Wonderful. If we want to display two strings vertically on top of each other, we could do that. Run the app. Let's just run the app. So we should get image, name, pipe, location. Oh, this is weird. Something is talking in the background. It's not that. It's not that. Oh. Hooray, we have monkeys. So we have monkeys, 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 monkeys. We have a baboon from Africa and Asia. We have a capuchin from Central and South America. And a redshank. Dauk. A redshank monkey. Red-faced monkey from Vietnam. Brilliant. We haven't got any clicks or anything else wired up, but we have monkeys. Somewhere monkeys will never go. Oh look. Oh, we just ran it on Windows. Look, I've got what's quite big. Oh, let's do that. We're multi-platform. We should really do something multi-platform. While it's thinking about that, let's see if we can have a look at the Mac as well. Oh, is it going to ask me to pair again? Shouldn't take this long. Oh, probably should have checked this yesterday as well. And I do an awful lot of updating on my Mac, isn't it, I suspect. Just so that, because I've got the preview Visual Studio version that I'll be using, and previously I had a non-preview, but the GA release general, whatever version it's called, paired to my Mac, and so everything was in sync with that. So I had like the appropriate equivalent packages, but I guess I need different equivalent packages on to work with the preview. Look, this green line here, I thought it was a progress bar for a minute, but that would be too much to hope for, wouldn't it? Just gonna have to let it do stuff. But then hopefully we'll see this running on an iPhone simulator as well. It'd be cool if you could see it running on the Mac catalyst, but I don't think we can. Maybe one day they'll do that. Yes, I know I sent everyone an email yesterday saying make sure everything's up to date, and then I wasn't going to do the Mac, and then now I have. I blame myself. I'm just wasting everyone's time. I'm sorry, but we've got 4 hours apparently, so we'll see how we get on. It's annoying that's a modal window, because if it wasn't, then I could do other things at the same time. I'll tell you what, while that's thinking, here we go. So I could have run it on whatever the thing's called, Android. I selected it but didn't run it. But I changed the framework as well. Oh, okay. Missed that previously. Oh, is this the simplified experience thing I was questioning earlier? Well, look at that when I get Visual Studio back. In Visual Studio, click the debug button and start debugging. If you have any trouble with the setup guide, you should see the app. Oh. Still busy installing something. What can I can't make that go any faster. What can I do instead? What I can do instead is open up another Visual Studio and launch the Android. I don't even need to do that, do I? No, it'll just be easier. I was trying to be clever and launch the Android emulator in a clever way, but what I could probably just do, so because this is the non-preview one, sorry, the non-preview version of Visual Studio 2022. I think this is 17.2.6 maybe, I don't know, 17.2 or something. It's the latest GA one, doesn't really matter what. But it doesn't do MAUI, so let's just create a Android app, deploy that to my Android emulator. Then I've definitely got a Android emulator that's all lovely and raring to go. Not on. What was that? I clicked on something I shouldn't. Oh dear. Did I? Yeah. We're going to go for the Pixel 5. Let's run that. Go away. Oh, Yes, we have paired. Hooray, we're connected to our Mac. Okay, okay. Um, right, in that case, oh look, so that's already selected Android. If I choose my iOS simulator, let's try this one. Does it automatically change that? It changes the framework automatically, yeah. So why would I have to change the framework? So if I now change this to Windows, and it changes, oh, so I can change either one. Okay. Right, iPhone to the Macs. That's the Android thing. Right, start. Just go away everything else. So this is my iPhone simulator. Swipe too far. See the fun apps I've been doing this previously. It's thinking. Oh look, and I've got my Android emulators up. That's my Android emulator. Brilliant. Right, so we don't need other Visual Studio. That can go away. Oh, that can go away as well. This is my iOS version in the background. Optimizing assemblies for size, which may change. Oh, so we can see some of the fun things it's doing in the background. Oh, I was optimizing assemblies. I thought it was images. I was getting excited then about doing SVG things. Oh, red bar with debugging. Not that one. Oh, don't read my messages. What am I doing? Trying to find this. Yes, so we have. Oh, a very slow splash screen, but we get there. Yes, we can see the same thing. It sort of works. It's worked, I guess. Yeah, we have a list. Can't scroll it. I wonder if hot reload will let me change my item source. Let's just duplicate that a bunch. Trying to be too clever, I'm sure. Oh, that's a shame. I wanted my hot reload to add more to it. I wanted to see it scroll. Okay, let's just restart it. Restart. Monkey Finder. .NET is purple. Ah yes, you see, I guessed that hex code was purple. .NET is always purple. For some reason I've now got multiple Android emulators open. Just tidying up, excuse me. Yes, these monkeys get everywhere. You're right, Gary. Oh, it's been... Why so slow? It seemed very slow just to only change the what was it? I want to say image source. It's not the image source. It was the collection of the data source, wasn't it? And it scrolls. Yeah, our collection view in. I want to say full effect, but that probably really dates me. Working. Right. Let's just. Oh look, it's complaining about the duplicate names. No, it's not. And now we have 3 of them again. Okay. Oh, so that was step 1, wasn't it? Hang on, just think about what we're doing. So we've done that. So this was part 1. So we were doing parts, not steps. But let's just for completeness try this on the Android emulator as well. I'm now thinking, hang on, my phone's plugged in and it didn't detect that either. I've got an Android phone plugged into this PC. String formatting for multi-bindings is weird. Hooray! I wondered if I needed to do something and it was just being slow. So my machine's still slow, it's not magically made faster by doing things on MAUI, but then I'm guessing Visual Studio hasn't changed and the emulators haven't changed and physics hasn't changed, so... Ooh, go away. Yeah, and it works on Android as well. Unsurprisingly. Go on then, for the... I don't think we can. Yeah. It'd be really cool if I could like just remote onto... No, like deploy to my connected Mac to see the Mac Catalyst version. But then, why would you not just do it on the Mac? Because it's a faff. And I suppose you wouldn't actually virtualize onto here when they fix the remotely iOS simulators as well. So, but then they could do remoted Mac Catalyst simulators? I don't know, probably not. Anyway, that was part one. Part one done. Hooray, part one, we made it. Are you following along? Are you thinking I'm taking ages? Yes, probably, right. Let's go to part two. So we're on like the third part already. Look at us go. Just want to do that, excuse me. Right. Probably should plug in another monitor for this. Anyway, MVVM and data binding. In part two we will introduce full data binding. Full data binding? What makes data binding fuller? What's partial data binding? Or is that just because putting the item source in the code doesn't properly count as data binding? Maybe that's the... and retrieve the monkeys from an internet data source. Okay. Implementing RE-notify property changed. Oh no, I have a sneaky suspicion. I think I've heard James talk about this, that he's going to make us walk through writing all the RE-notify property change by hand. And then he's going to show us like how to do it with source generators. We're doing the whole workshop, Matt. Come on, get on with it. RE-notify data properties is important for data binding in MVVM frameworks. It sounds very formal. This is an interface that, when implemented, lets our view know about changes to the model. And the other one? We will implement it once in our base view model, so that all other view models that we create can inherit from it. In Visual Studio, open view model, base view model. View model, base view model. Oh, very boring. Change it from that to that. Boom. Oh, what's he complaining about? Oh, I was suspecting it was going to complain about missing namespace knowledge, but it's just saying I've not implemented it. That's right. Implement. I thought I had wrapping turned on. Creates the event, yes. Now create a method called onPropertyChanged. Yeah, we're using a caller. That looks acceptable generally to me. So do you want to know why I'm humming? Well, I should probably just talk rather than just sit here being silent, stand here being silent. I'm wondering what happens if we actually call on property change and pass it null. I know you shouldn't, but maybe I've got my tester brain on as well. It's doing fun new things. It just felt like my mind's going, oh, what about? Create a method, implementing, yeah, okay, so we've just got our IMPC stuff, basic version implemented. Good for us. Okay, we will create a backing field and accessors for our view properties. These properties will allow us to set the title on our pages and also let our view know that our view model is busy, so we don't perform duplicate operations like allowing the user to refresh the data multiple times. They are in the base view model because they are common for every page. Oh, I think we're missing an S there. Create the backing fields. So now create the properties. Oh, I can't just cut and paste the whole thing. Cut and paste that whole thing. I'm sure we could type it, but you know, it's a lovely sunny day outside, probably shouldn't be stuck inside. Notice that we call on property change when the value changes. If it's just the bool, so equals will be fine to test if it's changed or not. No property changing, but we didn't do that. So when the value changes, the .NET MAUI binding infrastructure will subscribe to our property changed event so that the URL will be notified of the change. We can also create the inverse of is busy by creating another property called is not busy that returns the opposite of is busy and then raising the event of one property change when we set is busy. I'm not sure that I like this as an example, but let's follow what we've been told to do. So in is busy, we're going to call onward to change for the thing, and then for is not busy. Okay, good. Haha! Simplify MVVM with the .NET Community Toolkit. Now that you have an understanding of how MVVM works, let's look at a way to simplify development. Right, if you've never done any MVVM before, do you have an understanding of how MVVM works? Well, I'm just going to rant. No, let's not rant. Just that sentence is doing a lot of work. As applications get more complex, more properties and events will need to be added. This leads to more boilerplate code being added. The .NET Community Toolkit seeks to simplify MVVM with source generators to automatically handle the code that we used to manually had to write. Oh, sorry. It's just like, oh, hey, look. Chat's just gone. I'm just seeing chat from like earlier. How am I now seeing chat from earlier coming through? Very distracted. Where do we go? Oh, so the question was going to be, do we submit pull requests on the workshop as we go? Do we fix some typos and things? Or should we remember and come back? Let's remember and come back. Too many distractions. The community toolkit.MVVM library has been added to the project and we can start using it right away. Let's check. Manage NuGet packages. Because there was an update last week, I wonder if the update's already been installed. Oh! Community toolkit. Preview 4's out. Why isn't... What's happened to Preview 4? Am I getting that horribly wrong? The preview, it was preview 3 the one that came out like last week. Versions? Yeah, preview 4. Ah, and then take the pre-release box. Here we go, look. Oh, do we risk it? What do you reckon? Let's not. We'll stick with what's supposed to work. That was files. Here's our instructions. Okay. Delete all content. Hang on, all content? Yes. Okay. Keep the namespace. But everything else is going. Oh, it is a lot less, isn't it? Put that. Bank line in again. Everything was set. So here we can see that our code has been greatly simplified with an observable object-based class that implements iNotify property changed, and it does other things as well. Let's have a look. Come on. No. Let's go to definition. Don't I was expecting something else. Look, it does. I know I changed and changing and has other things. There we go. Note that the isBusy and title have the observable property attribute attached to it. Yes. The code that is generated looks nearly identical to what we manually wrote. Additionally, the isBusy property has the also notify changed for name of it's not busy, which will also notify that it's not busy when the value changes. To see the generated code, head to the project and expand dependencies. Very long file names. Which one does it want to start? Expand observable property generator. So here's our partial, basically. See, that changed. It's now partial class. It wasn't partial class before. That'll catch you out. So we have the getter looks just the same. Yep. That set is different to what we had before, but you know, it's just more complicated. Doing the same things is doing them better. Look, here it is. Didn't have to navigate at all. This code may look a bit scary. Hang on, you said it was going to look just like the code that is generated looks nearly identical to what we manually wrote. No, it doesn't. Looks scary apparently. Our code didn't look scary before. It was also high. Right. Since it's auto-generated, it adds additional attributes to avoid conflicts. It is also highly optimized with caching as well. The same library will help us handle click events, aka commands, in the future. Note that we changed the class to a partial class. Yes. So the generated code can be shared in the class. Create a monkey service. We are ready to create a method that will retrieve the monkey data from the internet. We will first implement this with a simple HTTP request using HTTP client. We will do this inside our monkey service file that is located in the services folder. Let's add a new method. So let's find monkey services. Don't need resources. Services, just the monkey service. Can't remember what I copied. Yes, good. The method simply creates a new list. We can now fill in the method. Hang on. We can now fill in the method. Use HTTP client to pull down a JSON file, pass it, and return it. Let's get access to the HTTP client by creating one in the constructor. Why doesn't the little thing to make copying easier keeps disappearing? Startnet MAUI includes dependency injection similar to ASP.core. We'll register this service and dependencies soon. Okay. Let's check to see if we have any monkeys in the list and return it if so by filling in the getMonkeys method. It's partially incomplete, that looks weird. I was looking to see if there was a completed, this is the whole method. So we're building up the method bit by bit, okay? Oh, okay. So it's saying, if we've got some, return it. Brilliant. We can use the HTTP client to make a web request and pass it using the built-in system.text.json serialization. Okay. Add the following. Thank you. So we probably need to not have deleted that return monkey list. Okay. At the following, if you have internet issues in your current setup, don't worry, as we have embedded a list of monkeys into the project. Instead of using HTTP client, you can read the file and return it. Well, I know I have internet connection, so I don't need to do that. Let's assume that based on the no internet, no problem heading, that if we do have internet, we can just ignore this. Let's ignore this for now. But there we go, this is how we read a resource file. So I'm guessing that's one of the resource files. The raw asset file, wasn't it? Yeah, like monkeydata.json. No, there it was. Lovely, okay. Call monkey service from view model. We can now update our monkeys view model to call our new monkey service and expose the list of monkeys to our user interface. We will use an observable collection of monkey that will be cleared and then loaded with monkey objects. We use an observable collection because built-in support to raise collection change events from the other rewrites. Yeah, okay. In monkeys view model, declare a property which we like this thing. It keeps disappearing earlier. Let's go to our monkeys view model. So we need our property and our initializer. Okay. We will want to access our new monkey service, so let's add the following using directive. Okay. Add the using directive. We also need to access our we will want to access our new monkey service. We'll also need to access our monkey service. Right, okay. So this is just replacing everything we just put in. So before, this is what it would look like if we weren't injecting anything. This is what it looks like when we are. Okay, let's think about it like that. In monkeys view model, create a method named getMonkeysAsync that returns an async task. GetMonkeysAsync. First we'll return if we're already busy. Add some scaffolding. So set is busy to true and then clear it finally. Attach generic exception. If the try block of get monkeys async, we will want to get the monkeys from our monkey service. So yes, inside of the try block cleared. Alright, so we just that. Now we need to say if we've got some monkeys, get rid of them, and then add the monkeys who've just been returned to our list. I just look and I'm expecting to see like more thises and more curly braces, but we'll do that. Oh, we got. See, I was just looking at this code. I'm thinking, oh, we've got an empty cat header. That's bad. And now we just get to the bit where we fill that in. So, such a well-planned workshop. Just knew what I was gonna want to do. Ensure the completed code looks like this. I'm going to do it the lazy way. Definitely does. Finally, let's expose this method via an I command that we can bind to. Normally we would have to create a backing field such as blah 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 blah. However, with the .NET Community Toolkit we can simply add the I command attributes to our method. So I've just noticed again that it's like an extra space indentation. There was something like that on an attribute earlier. Was that up here? I'm getting weird and picky, I know. But, oh, that's indented an extra bit as well. Is that the one? Oh, I know that lot is. Oh, I don't know where I was now. Lost my place. So we just made our command. This will automatically create all the code we need. Something like that. Very clever. Source magic. Code magic. Our main method for getting data is now complete. Register services. Before we can run the app, we must register all of our dependencies. Open the MAUI program.cs file. Add the following using directive to access our monkey service. Find where we are registering our main page with builder.services. Add the following above it. So that's our main page. And now I'm wondering about making this smaller again. Much better for me. Sorry. If it's too small, complain. We are registering the monkey service and monkey's view model as singletons. This means they'll only be created once. Yes, add singleton. If we wanted a unique instance to be created each time, we will register them as transient. In the code behind for the project, we will inject our monkey's view model into our main page. So I'm guessing we should go and do that. Just like that. Build the monkey's user interface. It's now time to build the .NET MAUI user interface in the view.mainpage.xaml. Our end result is to build a page that looks like this. Look, it's got them on 2 lines now. Well, it's not square. I've got some buttons. In mainpage.xaml. Add add a data type to the top of the content page. So below our model, we can add reference to view model and a data type. This is called a compiled binding. We haven't got a binding yet. We are specifying that we'll be binding directly to the monkey's view model. This will do error checking and has performance enhancements. No, it's the data type to use when doing a compiled binding, but we'll let that go. We can create our first binding on the content page by adding the title property. In main page.xml we can add a grid between the content. Hang on, should we have gone into opened a new solution? I'm just wondering because there wasn't a get rid of all the stuff you had before. We'll do that. In page we can add a collection view inside our grid. Lovely. In the main page.xml we can add a item template to our collection view. Oh, I didn't add the closing tag. Here's our item template. So data template with the data type of the monkey. Padding, we have a height. Yeah. So we have our grid which has an image in it and a vertical stack layout. Looks a bit inefficient, but we'll go with that. In the main page.xml we can add a button under our collection view. This will enable us to click it and get the monkeys from the server. This is what you're building. There were 2 buttons. Maybe that's for later. Finally, in main page.xml we can add an activity indicator above all our controls above all of our controls at the very bottom, or grid. That will show an indication that something is happening when we press the Get Monkeys button. Run it somewhere. So it's the starter project. Well, there has to be. Oh no, I was going to say there has to be a starter project, but there isn't. Why have I got no starter project? Oh, I do. It's just hidden. I'm going to go back to Windows because it's faster. I mean, it's faster to run it locally on Windows and debug on Windows than it is to deploy to an emulator or a remote simulator. He says, already thinking this is taking longer than I was expecting. Oh, that's quick. Quickish. Hooray, not bad. Yellow and white. Come on, what's this? Oh. Oh, so I missed the bit where I actually wired up the button. Oh, look, the button is... Oh, it's enabled when it's not busy. and the command called get monkeys command. We have a button outline. Margin. Oh, I slightly didn't spot the column definitions. Oh, there were 2 column definitions. Yeah, sneaky. And you see, yeah, we got the rounded corner there, but oh, okay. I thought that was supposed to be vertically centered, like in the original picture. Let's be picky. Look, it's vertically centered. Okay, but yeah, that's part 2 done. How many parts are there? It was 6. Let's go back to the beginning. 6 parts. Oh, there were slides. We could have watched PowerPoint. Oh. Let's do navigation and then we'll take a break. What time is it? 10 past 11. So we've got an hour and 10 minutes and we're like a third of the way through. It's going great. I'm happy. And I'm waffling a lot. Could just do it and then hopefully everyone. Which bit of space, Gary? I'm not a fan of this chat when people are doing things online. It's really hard to keep track of. So I find it hard to keep track of what is going on. Sorry, reading email. From someone who's given up. Sometimes. So given up on doing the workshop. Oh. Need to be more specific about things like that. Well, look, you can see the button. You see the button to get. You can see, basically, sort of see. I really struggle to read that it says get monkeys. Anyway, right. So what did I say? Hang on. Oh. Hi Duncan, I'll read your message later. I haven't thought this through at all. Let's just do the presentation. And what I'll do is I'll look on my other computer. I'll try and look on my other computer. Someone asking about what's happening today. I'm just gonna send them an email. Oh, I'm not going to send them an email. Right, part 3. Let's do part 3. Navigation. Okay. It looks really simple. It looks short, that's what I mean. I mean when it's simple, it probably means I'm going to overlook some stuff. In part 3, do we open the part 3 bit? Or do we carry on? Let's just carry on with the were doing before. In part 3 we had simple navigation to push a new page onto the stack to display details about the monkey. We'll use the built-in shell navigation of .NET MAUI. The powerful navigation system is based on URIs. You can pass additional information when navigating query parameters such as a string or a full object. For example, let's say we wanted to navigate to a details page and pass in an identifier. Okay, I'm guessing something like that. Then our details page or view model, then in our details page or view model we should define this property. Okay. When we navigate, the name James will be passed along automatically. We can also pass a full object as well as using the same mechanism. Okay, yeah, by passing a dictionary. Then on our page or view model, we would create the property. Hang on, is that different? Oh yeah, so that was a string and this is a person. Okay, here the person is automatically serialized and deserialized for us when we navigate. Now let's add a click handler to the collection view and pass the monkey to the details page. Add a selected event. So add a selected event. Right, now let's add navigation to a second page that displays monkey details. In monkeys view model.cs, create a method, this, just put it at the bottom. This code checks to see if the selected item is non-null and then uses the built-in shell navigation API to push a new page with the monkey as a parameter and then deselects the item. This is, I remember weirdness, like, where does it deselect the item? Does that happen automatically? Yeah, that's if I was making notes to ask questions about, that's where I'll ask a question. In main page demo we can add a tap gesture recognizer event to the frame of our monkey inside the collection view item template. Alright, so this is in main page.xaml, yes? Yes, answer main question. So going from okay. Just on the frame. Seeing it formatted like this makes me not like XAML. Did it change anything else? I'm guessing by the comment, not. Okay, just that. Yes. Let's look at this in a bit more detail. Let's look at it here. So relative bind. Okay, so it's going to call the go to details command on the view model. Yeah, not obvious. Now's not the time to complain about binding syntax, but okay, so go and find a view model that, or a monkey's view model up in your tree. A monkey up in your tree, yes. Find the details command. Oh, the one space indent. Ah. Thank you, Gary. I understand what you're talking about now. Yeah, the whole delay. It takes ages to write chat, and then someone's moved on, and you're probably on a delay thanks to Twitch anyway, so it's just, I don't understand how some people manage to like have proper conversations with people through chat on Twitch or anything, or even on YouTube or anything. It's just real time, it's just like not, it's just, yeah, I don't get it, can't do it, can't cope. Anyway, so we're adding our gesture recognizer. We're going to pass the view model to the command when we get there. Brilliant. This uses the relative source binding, which means it isn't binding to the monkey anymore in the template. Instead, it is looking up the hierarchy specifically for an ancestor type of monkey's view model. This allows for more advanced scenarios like this. Yes, so inside our view model, monkey details view model. Okay, so we're going to handle the other side of the navigation, the receiving bit now. Okay. Are we in the view model? In the view model, yes. This inside of our view model hides our logic for assigning the monkey to the view model. Let's first create a bindable property for the monkey. Do we have to have a constructor as well? We will need one shortly, I suspect. Now we're going to add our query property on the class level. Magic string, me no like that magic string. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna get the monkey when again. So right, look. Oh, okay, so this is the backing field, so that's why it's the lowercase monkey. That's where you can do. Oh, yeah. So what I was thinking was, like, why don't we just have a name of monkey here as well? But what would it be the name of? It would be the name of the property, or it would be the name of the type, not of the property, because the property hasn't been generated yet. Although it has, it's just not in this file. See, look, there's that name. I'm pointing at the screen again. So this name of is going to the property, which is the source generated one. While everything's the same name, that's fine. I'm sure there's the potential for like things to get funky there. What I'm saying is, at some point in the future, I'm going to be looking at a type and which isn't going to be the type I'm thinking of. It's going to be the source generated property, and it's going to take me hours, if not days, to work out what's going on. Oh, yeah, types and properties are the same name. Opportunity for trouble. Anyway, sorry. Me seeing things which are really good ideas until they catch me out at some point in the future. Now that we have our details page in place, we will need to register it for routing. This is done in both the shell routing system and with the .NET MAUI dependency service. Okay, two things at once. Right, open app shell.xaml.cs. We've been in every file yet. Pretty much. What haven't we looked at yet? Global usings, appshell.xaml, yeah. Register a route. Yeah, I'm sure we wouldn't just dump everything in there, but I'm sure it'll work with this simple app. This will register the details page with the root of details page. With the root of details page. Let's see, look. This is a magic string and a type, and it's like, oh, this is too many things with similar names have caught me out in the past. That's what I'm admitting, isn't it? These things like just sent to try me. It's like I can't cope having multiple things with the same name. That's what it is. Open mode. Okay, so that we've registered our route. That was it. Okay. I don't know if it's just my hearing, but I keep thinking I'm hearing something, but there's like nothing else making noises. Or maybe it's next door, just talking loud. So open MAUI program. Distractions over. And add both the view model and the page as transient. So a new page and view model is created each time it is navigated to. Didn't say it matters where we put it, so let's hope it doesn't. Finally, we will inject the view model into our details page. Open the code behind for the page in detailspage.xaml.cs and change the constructor to the following. Oh, hang on, so this was... Well, we found a page we haven't been in yet. Oh, okay. A file we haven't been in yet. Can change the constructor. So you remember when, like, you know Build, Microsoft Build conference? Oh, maybe, of course, perhaps, who knows, whatever. When it back when it used to be in person. Back when it used to be in person. So I'm thinking like 2017, maybe. I remember it was like when WinUI was brand new. I'd just been like very distracted. I remember talking to the WinUI people. They had like a little stand, and I was saying, I really want this for Windows development. So it's really nice to see it here in MAUI development 5 years later. We still don't have it in Windows development. Maybe one day. Maybe WinUI 4. You can see I'm positive. So let's create the UI. Detail page.xaml, the UI. Let's add UI to the details page. Our end goal is to get a fancy profile screen like this. Let's gloss over the use of the word fancy. Let's start by defining our data type. Start by defining our data type by defining the view model namespace and also setting the title. What I think that means is we want to add those lines. I could have looked at what we already had and then filled in the other bits, but yeah. At the core is a scroll view, vertical stack layout and grid. Yeah, I think there might be simpler ways of doing this. Let's just copy along and do what it says. We can now fill in our grid, which is going to be our box view, which I'm guessing is just our background colour. Three columns, 2 rows. Then we got a frame. Okay. That big old margin at the top makes me curious. Anyway, let's not be too picky. Let's paste that in. And finally, under the grid, but inside the vertical stack panel, we add the details about the money. Also, there's another vertical stack panel in our vertical stack panel. I have questions about why you do that. Probably for fine-grained control over the thing. One day I'll make my course about making XAML, and then I can comment more on other people's way of doing things. Run the application on a desired platform and tap on a monkey to navigate. This should be nice and easy. We have monkeys. Oh, I need to click on the get monkeys to get monkeys. Perhaps, so I noticed that step 6, part 6, was about styling. And I wonder if that's where we get to make it look readable. Which monkey should we click on? Let's click on the blue monkey. Oh, okay, I had to do it twice. Was that? Oh, it's not maximised. Right, let's click on something else again. Let's click on this capuchin. Maybe I just misclicked. Oh, it doesn't look like the picture. Right. We'll make it narrow. Leave you there. Hang on. So the baboon. Let's do it for baboon. Let's be fair. Baboon. Okay, look. So look. Here it says Africa and Asia, and now we've got location Africa and Asia, and the population. Not even formatted. Is up here, and that just says baboon, and that says baboon details, and we've got an extra baboon there, and we've got the show on map. Close. This one in GitHub does look fancy compared to ours. Yeah. Look, we haven't even got like the white outline. That does make it look fancier. Maybe we'll get there. So I'm going to run it on Android just to compare. Which was our Android one? Is that one? Yeah, I think Visual Studio should make a noise when it's switching between which target, because it's got to do a bunch of work in the background. I want like a oh, doing something. Oh. So let's get monkeys. Baboon again. No. Not as pretty. Oh, sad times. Oh well, maybe it'll get prettier in the future. We've got 3 more parts to go. Oh, no, stop. But we sort of got there. Part 4. Look, that only took 20 minutes, or 24 minutes. So it took 24 minutes. Shall we push on? I'm going to have another sip of my cold coffee. I'm going to see if anyone else has sent messages. Oh. Sad times. Sorry, Duncan. Let me see. Uh-oh. Who's here? That Duncan. Some of you. Oh, never Duncan. Hello. We'll see what we can do. Let's push on. We'll see how far I get. Right, accessing platform features. Hang on, let's just go back. What have we done so far? We've looked at some general what's in the structure of the MAUI project, we looked at displaying data. Displaying data meant just like putting something on the screen all in XAML. Did a little bit of MVVM with some, what did we do? Oh, some community toolkit things. Yeah, then we've just done some navigation. So now we can go platform your features. In part 4, we use the .NET MAUI to find the closest monkey to us and open a map with the monkey's location. We can easily check to see if our user is connected to the internet with the built-in iConnectivity of .NET MAUI. First, let's get access to the Sorry, I'm thrown by the grammar. I'll compose myself, block all that out, and we'll just go. So let's get access to the iConnectivity found inside of .NET MAUI. Let's inject iConnectivity into our monkeys view model constructor. Monkeys view model. You're over here. Constructor, you're over here. We just nuke the whole thing. Yes. Register the connectivity.current in our MAUI program CS. While we're here, let's add both iGeolocation and IMAP. Okay. Where were we? MAUI program. Does it matter where? Just put it at the top with all our, because we've got our service up there. Okay. Now let's check for internet inside of the getMonkeys async method and display an alert if offline. You could tell I was biting my tongue there, couldn't you? Where was our getMonkeys async method? Was it in a monkey service? I think it's in the monkey service. No. Oh. Yeah, that's getMonkeys. Let's getMonkeys async. And why isn't this method called getMonkeys async? Oh, in our view model. So in our view model, which is where we passed in our connectivity service, right. Do I understand do this before or after our checkbot is busy? I want to do it before because is busy gets returned after this finally. So let's just keep all that logic together. So I all keep waving at the screen. All this logic all together because that's all about busyness and this is just generic connectivity-ness. Run the app on your emulator and toggle on and off airplane mode to check your implementation. Okie doke. Oh, we're changing platforms to go. You can tell I'm not like a proper streamer, or I'd have like proper built-in sound effects for this. It's like one of them little board things with a pre-recorded sound and just press it and it'd go. Or then actually, if it's me, I'd have Visual Studio make the noise. Right, so what we're doing, this is for getMonkeys. Is this the way I can, hang on, airplane. Was it cellular? Network type. Oh no. Data status. Yeah, let's just do data with none. Well, that didn't make a difference. Okay, get my emulator in airplane mode. How do I do? Oh, yeah, did that work? Oh yeah. Right down, drag that down, over here. Airplane mode. Should have been thinking that if I get monkeys again, no connectivity. Oh look, so I can have access to the internet, but like no signal, and then it doesn't work. Because this is why I don't like checks like this. Airplane go. Right, and now I can get monkeys. Get monkeys. Kind of feels like I'm having to click these things twice. No, it's just very slow. Okay, get monkeys. Doesn't do anything because I've already got monkeys. Oh, actually, yeah, it's only if it's busy. Yeah, so the logic says if I'm busy, don't do anything. Otherwise, go and get the monkeys again. Throw away whatever I've already got. And then replace everything. So if I do get monkeys, this is one of these, because it's going my machine's very slow, it actually helps highlight weird things. Oh, excuse me. Is it just being very fast, or is it not doing the get monkeys? Oh well, anyway, the whole connectivity thing, that was why we were here. That was good. We checked implementation. When I remembered to do airplane mode and not try and just turn the settings off, that was good. Alright. We can add more functionality to this page using the GPS of the device, since each monkey has the latitude and longitude associated with it. First, let's get access to the iGeolocator found inside of .NET MAUI. Let's inject iGeolocator into our monkeys view model constructor. So where we had our, was it Shift F5? So I think I'm going to do that. So we've got my iGeolocator below the iConnectivity which we already had. In our monkeys view model, let's create another method called getClosestMonkeys. So this is in our monkeys view model. Right, get closest monkeys, then we'll fill it by using .NET MAUI to query for our location and help us find the closest monkeys. Hang on. Just going to grab the code. Then I'm going to read that sentence again. We can fill it in by using .NET MAUI to query for our location and help us that finds the closest monkey to us. Okay, I think I understand. We can get the location and find the closest things. Doesn't seem complicated, but the structure of the sentence was triggering my internal editor. Get cache location. Okay, so if we haven't got any monkeys or if we're already doing something, see, and that was right. And that's okay. So while I'm being distracted and thinking about this, I was thinking, do we need the is busy check? And maybe not. What we don't want to do is be trying to query the list of monkeys at the same time, well, they might be being changed. because you don't want to start searching through them when the other thing comes in and changes them and messes with the collection. It's just kind of a sensible thing to do. Probably, yeah, I'm sure that this is fine for this sake. This is not a perfect solution for everything. There's all sorts of potential issues accessing this monkey's collection. Anyway, what does it do? It gets the cache location, if it can. Oh, I wonder how geolocation lookup has changed since Xamarin Forms and I last looked at it. If we haven't got our known location, it looks the same. Try and get one. 30 seconds is a long time to wait. Especially when we're not showing we're doing anything. Oh, all sorts of triggering. Find the closest monkey to us. What's going on here? Yeah, okay, so it's just... I'm guessing this is the helper. I'll not calculate by distance. Where do you come from? From location. See, look, MAUI, look, location extensions. That was a good guess, wasn't it? And this is red, which is kind of what I was expecting colorization on something we looked at earlier. There we go. Find the closest monkey to it, and then display an alert. I was hoping for a better thing than that. Unable. Okay, so code is simple. We need to add a button to call this new command. That's why we didn't that's why we didn't add the button earlier, because we'd have had to come back and put the command on it, and you don't want to have a broken button. Where are we putting this? Main page.xaml.cs. Not with it, but without the CS. Let's put it next to our other button. Why are you not better formatted? Why isn't my shortcut for formatting working? Over on column 1. Just want to have a look at this style. We're getting to styling later. Let's not distract me. Rerun the application to see the location after you click the button. Okay. Oh, this is Android again. Oh, so we're going to be in America probably. So it does nothing because I haven't got any monkeys yet. That's what I expect. If I get some monkeys, then I can find the closest. Yeah. Henry Phoenix. Okay. Is that what it's supposed to tell us? First name dot location. Oh, Henry in Phoenix. Okay. No. Oh. Yeah, it's Henry in Phoenix. Wonder where it thinks I am then. Huh? One of these is location. Ah, the one at the top. I see. I'm just so used to the Windows emulator, and maps, which always puts us in Seattle. Yes, if I'm here, Phoenix. I was thinking if I'm up here. There we go. Right, let's try it again. So it's got a cache location. Now, how do I tell it to set location? Oh well. Well, he found the location. That was good. Opening map. Did I get carried away? Or was I supposed to have clicked then? Yeah, no, okay, yeah, reload. This project is pre-configured with all required permissions and features needed for geolocation. You can read the documentation to find out more about the setup. In .NET MAUI is pre-configured in all .NET MAUI applications, including handling permissions. Hey? Oh, this is the quick overview. So is this, hang on, what's this telling? Is this telling us what has been set? Or what you need to set? Or, because this .NET MAUI is pre-configured in all .NET MAUI applications, including handling permissions. That kind of reads like it's saying everything's always already set up for you, but it's kind of not. It is in this sample. I'm confused. Let's move on. Android manifest information was pre-configured in the assembly info. We got our iOS plist, info.plist file, and the Windows one was set in package.fx manifest. I think it's like the map location configuration is reconfigured in. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to say. Don't know MAUI provides. Hang on, we've got issues on this. There are issues. We should have looked at this first. Let's look at issues. Not running on. Well, I can't do that. Change your use as a frame to border. Yeah. Where are we? Okay, opening maps. .NET MAUI provides over 60 platform features from a single API, and opening the default map application is built in. That feels like two statements in one sentence. I'm guessing opening the default map location is one of the 60 platform features. Let's inject IMAP into our monkey details view model. Oh, this is the constructor I was like, oh, we're going to need that later. I remember. Did we configure a map earlier? Ah, yes, we did. And now we're going to need a command. This is our detail page. Oh, no, so we're still in the monkey details view model. Sorry, yes, of course. Do it or display an error. And now on the above the monkey's name, yes, okay, so this is, I think, because we put the monkey's name in the title, let's put it in the details. That's a vertical. Oh, okay. Do we put it in our stack panel? Do we put it in our unnecessary stack panel? Yes, let's. run the app, I have already, and then press show on map to launch the map on the specific platform. Right, get monkeys. Sure, it should do that automatically on load. Let's look at a Capuchin. Now we've got a show on map. Click it, it opens maps. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I can't remember how do I do pinch zoom? We're going to control, where are we? There we go. Wonderful. No, I don't want directions to get there. Okay, brilliant. An iOS safe area layouts. In addition to accessing cross-platform device APIs, .NET MAUI also includes platform-specific integrations. Good, because this has not always been simple. If you have been running the Monkey Finder app on an iOS device with a notch, do iOS device have a notch? It does. Let's try this. Let's run it on our iOS device. I want to be able to pin some of these just to remember which ones. I'm navigating between. So let's run it on our iOS device so we can see how notchy it looks, and then we can make this change. Open main page. Main page? Okay. And then it's loading. Let's we'll set our safe area and see if we can see a difference. I don't think we had anything going into the safe area, and this is going to block it out or block it off and just like not have anything there at all. Dum dum dum. What's happening? Can't tell the difference. Oh, is it the buttons at the bottom? So we've got these buttons at the bottom. What I want to do is take a little oh yeah, just open that. Right, so that's what it looks like when I have got safe areas set. Let's just So snipping tool took a picture when we are using safe areas. And without using safe areas, I'm expecting that these buttons are going to be slightly lower. I think that's what it's going to... I think that's what we're going to see. Because it talked about the notch, I thought it was going to do something with the alignment at the top. And what about the Android safe areas? Because they're really tricky to deal with because of the variety of devices on offer. Kinda looks the same. Not really seeing the difference. Now, is it because the difference didn't get picked up last time, or the difference isn't getting picked up this time? Oh well. In theory, what I'm taking is in theory there's something to handle the iOS safe areas. Probably investigate further in the future. So we're 2 hours in, no proper break. Should we have a proper break before we come back and finish this? Move on to part 5, sorry. What is part 5? Part 5, pull to refresh. Ooh. Looks useful to know. I don't think it's going to take a long time, but I kind of want to refresh my coffee. Let's do 5-minute break. Let's do that. I'm going to refresh. Oh, which camera? Oh, yeah. I need a break and coffee, but we'll resume shortly. If you're doing your own, I'm sure no one's going along with me, but you know, enjoy. Back soon. It's the professionalism of this video that I love. Just sort of seeing myself walking back into the room. Probably wasn't 5 minutes. Wasn't 5 minutes. But I have warm coffee. So let's push on. Part 5. What did we just do? Oh, we just did not doing the safe areas on iOS. Pull to refresh. Part 5. The MAUI list view has built-in support for pull to refresh. However, a refresh view enables developers to add pull to refresh to other controls such as scroll view and collection view. Let's add the new refresh. Let's add the new refresh view to add pull to refresh to our collection view. Okay. Update the collection view logic by wrapping it in a refresh view. Too many views. It's better than saying wrap the C view in an R view. Oh, so that is the main page we want? Yeah, I can check. That's it. No. Ooh. Hang on. Conspan 2. Which page are we on? Collection view of the binding to monkeys. Item source, monkeys, selection mode, none. It is this one. Why not tell me? Oh, okay, so probably doesn't even matter, but okay, we'll remove that. Since the user can initiate refresh, we will want to create a new variable in our code behind to stop refreshing when we are done. Not entirely sure that's clear, but okay. So in monkeys view model.cs, which is there. I was thinking, don't we not have other properties? No? Okay. At the end of what? Sorry, get monkeys async. In the finally. We're not refreshing. So let's just jump back over here. And we're binding that it is refreshing. So when we pull our refresh view and it starts to refresh, it's going to set is refreshing to true automatically. I'm assuming. Oh no. I haven't got a touchscreen on this PC, so I can't test it on that. If on iOS there currently is a bug which makes the UI look incorrect, is it recommended to remove the refresh view when testing on iOS? Oh. We'll test on Android. Yeah, then it's remembered which emulator. I also kind of want to run it on Android to see what this weird UI thing is. Sorry, incorrect UI thing. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay. So our refresh view also has a command, which is our get monkeys command, which is the same as the click the button command. Okay. Collection view will automatically lay out items in a vertical stack layout. There are several built-in items layout that can be used. Let's explore. Okay, I think still on the same page, I assume. Modal buttons. This is the default layout, so you can display. Oh, hang on. Collection view will automatically lay out items in a vertical stack layout. There are several built-in items layouts that can be used. Let's explore. Linear items layout is the default. They're going to display items neither vertical or horizontal. Use the items layout property to vertical list or horizontal list. I guess let's have a look. I guess that's the default. More interesting is the ability to use grid items layout. This automatically spaces out items with different spans. Let's use the grid items layout and change the span to 3. Okay, so that was the equivalent of what we get by default. We should see 3 columns. Oh, I have to get the monkeys. Yay! Right, it's still using the same template as before, which just happens to not show any of the text, which is why it looked like 3 things. Aha! See if I had a... Oh. Oh. I was going to say, if I had a much wider device, then we'd get text showing up even with 3 columns. Anywho, right. Lovely. We change the orientation to horizontal, and our collection view will scroll left to right. So we've got 5 of them, and we want to go horizontal. Okay. Is it just coincidence that, yeah, okay. So we got this. So in horizontal mode, span means number of rows, but in vertical mode, Span means number of columns. Okay. And in horizontal mode, it's filling top to bottom. But in vertical mode, it's filling left to right. And somewhere in amongst all that, something doesn't quite sit right with me. That's just confusing. Let's go back to our original thing. Oh look, I kept it. That's just empty view. Important note, there is currently an issue on Android in which the empty view will not go away. Empty view have weird issues on domain forms as well. It is recommended to remove it when testing on Android at this time. There are many neat features of collection view, including grouping, headers, footers, and the ability to set a view that is displayed when there are no items. Okay, which is the empty view. Let's add an image centered in the empty view. Do we have a no data? Images, where are her? Do we have a no data image? I didn't notice it before. We do, I didn't notice it before. Oh, and it's a nice image. Hello, nice image. I'm gonna run on oh, we're going to see it. It won't go away. Okay, well, let's see if it's there. You know, we... Aha! In whatever has changed since... since the workshop was written, maybe it's been fixed. Aha! So if we'd been like organised, try it on Windows. Oh, okay. This is try it on Windows 3 column. Let's go back to this thing. It really feels like someone should do something to make XAML nicer and easier to read. Verticals from the columns, isn't it? You want 3 columns, and we're going to run this whole stop. It's thinking, is it, no? Did it error? What happened? Did it just switch? Did I just switch things and it didn't start? I'm finding that drop down increasingly annoying. Oh, I can't, right. It's just going to look really weird. Is that what, is this what we're trying? Oh, no, it hasn't. It didn't get to 3. Ha ha ha. Is there something special about 3? Is it something special about the sizes? Is it just missing one off? Ah, well spotted, Dave. Did you know about that in advance? Let's try other things. Right, so if I got this to 4, hang on, red warning. Does red? Oh, this is. Summer hot reload available. It didn't do anything. Let's try. Oh, it's over there. Is it just broken on Windows? Is this what you're discovering? Or is there something special about 3 columns? Try that again. So it would appear that when there is more than one, it doesn't put anything in that last column. Oh. Well, Dave, I guess this means you get to file a bug. Well spotted. Let's put it back so we can continue with everything else. I want something to make it more obvious when when someone puts something in the chat. I guess it's like, is that it? Are we done? Are we having an empty view? Yeah, okay, brilliant. That was easy. What was I talking about? Final part. App themes. Styling fun. No more yellow on white. Well, hang on. Like, before I complain about yellow and white anymore, let's see what Accessibility Insights tells us about this. Look, I don't like it's stretched to the whole thing. That's not so good. What to inspect? An entire app. Go inspect. There were no issues found. Well, I'm going to element this. Why is this colour acceptable? Why is that yellow on that white acceptable? Oh, okay. There's also hang on. Why did it come back with no problems and there's like a bunch of stuff missing? Okay, access key. Select key, maybe not. Ooh. But this list hasn't got a proper description. Oh, hang on. This is different. Oh well. Right, I was going to say that that's just hard to read, and that is hard to read. Okay. I'll stop complaining about the colours. Up to this point, we've used a standard light theme on the application. Don't know how it's conduct of reusable application resources and resources that can automatically adapt to the theme of the device. Open app.xml. Oh, we haven't been here yet. Okay. Yeah, there are several colour entries and styles. These were configured ahead of time for some basic colours and styles that we used throughout the application. For example, we have defined a light colour for the main background colour. It can be referenced later by any UI element or by a shared style that can be reused. For example, our button outline style I've just worked out what the voice I can sometimes hear is. Oh, here we go, button outline. Our button outline style is a button where the background has been set to light background. Hooray! Text has been set to primary text. Border to that. This is a great way to share code across your application. Yes. Theme changes, light theme, dark theme. What happens when you want to respond to the user changing their device to use dark mode? Well, .MAUI has the concept of an app theme binding for values. Let's take a labels text color. We can define 2 new colors to use. Okay. Do I need to do that? I guess. We would want the text to be black when the background is light and white when the background color is dark. Normally we would set the color to a single color such as this. Just set static. However, we will not this will not adjust to app theme changes. We could make it a dynamic resource, listen for app theme change and update the label text, or we could use an app theme binding. I kind of want dynamic resource with that listener we're doing under the hood. We now have the option of creating a reusable style that we reference by name or a style that applies to every element of a specific type. Okay, yes. Don't already have a default, okay. If we leave out the X key, or okay, implicit style. Oh, okay, so I didn't need to do that. Let's update the background colors on pages from. Oh! I'm going to change you. Base label. So add the refresh view. Background on the background on the card view. go back to Android. No? Yay! Can't remember how to change the settings at the top. Oh no. Right, so let's get some monkeys. Can't change the order of these. Yes, lovely. Okay, brilliant. We go on to an individual page, show on map. Wunderbar. And look, yes, you did it! Congratulations! You built your first .NET MAUI application, loaded data from the internet, implemented navigation, added platform features, and themed the app. Wow. We're amazing. Well done, everyone. And we found a bug. And we found some typos, which we might go back and suggest fixing. And we found one of their notes about something not working does actually work. Wow. Good job. 2.5 hours. Good job we gave ourselves 4. Yeah, don't know what to do now. What do we do now? Have some lunch, probably. It's kind of that time, isn't it? But this animation's going a bit fast. Can't cope. Actually, and the page, was it screen 5, which had, where was the thing? There was something which said it didn't work, but it did work. Ah, this one. I will keep that highlighted for myself as a reminder after lunch to go and maybe investigate that some more. Okay, well that was kind of easier than I expected, and it was also quite simple. We built an app now, but let's just positive. Well done. You know, I don't know how real worldy that app is. It's not very real worldy, I don't think, but it's something. Okay. I guess we stop now. I was just kind of. I'm going to talk a little bit more until someone says goodbye, or you all kind of log off. I think that's what I'm going to do. Did I miss any other messages on here? I think I'm not complaining about Meetup as well. I don't want to just complain, but I'll not let you look at my Twitter messages. That's probably a good idea. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Martin. Oh yes. Okay, right. I think that means we can go for lunch now. Thank you, everyone else. Whee! Good job. Bye bye. Am I still? I'm still on. Hang on. I thought I press stop. Okay. Yeah. No. I don't think I'd recommend this for beginners either. At least not doing it yourself. Yes, I'm still on. Why is everyone still here? Well, hang on, why is someone else joined now? Someone's not supposed to join when it's the... Oh, we're stopping. I need to... Well... This is all very... behind the thing. Okay, I'll just stop. Bye-bye.